Hello and welcome to Better Guns and Gear channel. Today I will be doing a brief tabletop review. I'll try and keep it as brief as possible. It's going to be on the CZ P-07. It's on the compact 9mm pistol. This is a very popular pistol in the US, very sought after, sometimes hard to find, but I have one in my possession and I've had it for a while and I'd like to show it to you guys. I had arranged not too long ago, and I was going to do a cleaning, but I figured what the heck, I may as well show you guys, do a review on it. Alright, just want to show you guys what the contents is that comes in a box. It comes with a standard lock. I call these wait a minute locks, because if you use them, you'll end up telling a criminal, if they break in your house or what have you, hey, wait a minute, let me take my lock off first. So that was a little joke, but I don't use those. This firearm, it ships with two 15-round magazines. Here, let me safety check this. Chamber is clear. Drop the mag. Mag is empty. Check the chamber again. All clear. Alrighty, so again, it ships with the firearm, as you can see here. Give you guys a 360 view of the firearm. That's what the slide looks like. Very nice serrations. Here's the decocker. Here's the slide release. Here's the mag release, which is made of steel. Pretty awesome. Very nice texturing here all over the firearm. Very nice serrations on the front as well as the rear. Here's what the rear of the firearm looks like. Very nice combat sights. This firearm actually, it also shipped with night sights. These are actually night sights. These are not aftermarket, it shipped this way. And as you can see, that's a very nice sight picture. So again, that's the rear. Again, very nice texturing. Removable and replaceable back straps. I'll show you those here in a second. Here is the right side of the firearm. I mean, just the fit and finish, everything about this firearm just screams quality. You have oversized trigger well here for if you were wearing gloves. Very nice trigger, standard trigger, CZ trigger. Amazing. You actually have, as you can see here, Picatinny rail on the bottom. I'm a Glock 19 guy, or I'm a Glock guy, mostly the 19. And they have a rail, accessory rail, but it's not like this, which is the standard Picatinny rail. So that's a great addition. And speaking of Glock 19, as far as the form factor and size, this is very close to the Glock 19. So just figured I'd put that out there. Okay, we'll set the firearm down and go over some of the contents. Again, this firearm, it ships with two 15-round metal magazines. Very nice magazines. Put that back in a case. This model also came with the light. CZ. Very nice LED. That mounts right to the rail. It has the standard and strobe features, you could see. Standard, constant on, and there's the strobe feature. Very nice. Alright, it also comes with a couple cleaning utensils. These are good for if you're out at the range, but I have a complete cleaning kit, that I use. It comes with your patch tool here that you put your patches on and clean it. And let me show you guys what the back straps look like. I won't be changing them on this video, but it did ship with it. It came with a total of 3. I have the desired back strap already on here, which is the medium back strap, but here's the small on the left and the medium or the large on the right. And I currently have the medium back strap mounted on here, so Oh, one other thing, which is really awesome. Again, I mentioned this firearm. It is it's not striker fired. It's a hammer fired firearm, which gives you second strike capability, which is amazing. But this firearm also ships with a standard safety, so you could remove the decocker here and put the standard safety on, which is awesome. That actually ships with the gun. You don't have to go and purchase after the fact, so that's pretty great. All right, let's close this up and get it off the table and go a little more in depth with the review. Again, we are working with a safe firearm. Okay, I want to give you guys an idea how much this firearm actually weighs. Let me grab my scale. We'll get a weight on it. Turn my scale on, make sure, let it get all nice and zeroed out. So we're at 0. All right, this is how much the firearm weighs. Without a magazine, it's 1.1 ounce, or it's 1 pound, 8.5 ounces, 1 pound, 8.5 ounces. Let me grab a empty magazine. Okay, here's the weight. Again, this is completely empty, no rounds. With an empty magazine, we're looking at a total weight of 1 pound, 11.3 ounces. Here, and let's show you what the weight would look like if it was fully topped off. Already preloaded a few of these rounds in here, so let me completely top this off. And during this top off process, I will be using this guy here, which is a mag lula up lula. If you are a subscriber to my channel or check out my channel, you will see a really in-depth video on this guy. The best speed loader, universal magazine speed loader that money could buy. Pick one up. Check out my video. Let me top this guy off real quick. Okay, that's 14. And that's number 15. So let me show you guys. As you could see, get my camera to focus here. 15 rounds completely topped off. So with the full magazine, we are looking at 2 pounds, 1.7 ounces. Again, this firearm has a 15 round magazine plus 1 capacity. So let's show you what the full weight with the plus 1 round. All right, so we are looking at a total, if you were running around topped off, you would be looking at 2 pounds and 2.1 ounces, which isn't bad at all. Again, this is a firearm in my EDC rotation that I run with quite a bit, so just wanted to show you guys how much it weighed. Let me clear my table here and get back into the review. So you guys saw what it looked like with the full magazine. You saw me load it using a mag lula up lula universal speed loader, which is this guy here. Again, check out my channel. You could get a full review on this. So let's talk about the firearm a little bit. This firearm, again, here, let me close the slide. This firearm, again, it's a hammer fired firearm, and it is amazing. Right now the hammer is cocked back. It is a very light trigger when it's cocked back like that. And drop the trigger. Again, CZ firearms have great triggers. It is a little on the heavier side when you don't have a magazine insert, or I'm sorry, not when you don't have a magazine, but when you don't have it in a ready to go fire mode. But as you can see, I'm pulling the trigger here. It's heavy, it's creeping. It's a little spongy, but not too bad. And then it breaks. But It's a pretty smooth break here. Show you guys what the reset looks like. Very little take up. Very little. You get an audible. There you go, right there. That's how much take up there is. Very little, and then you're back in a fight. So it's once you get that first round off, the firearm cycles, cocks the hammer, and then your trigger is very light. The pull is very light, and very little, like I say, very little take up. So this is a awesome firearm. Let's see. So this is the compact line of the CZ. We are looking at a 3.8-inch barrel on this guy. Here, let's take a few measurements. I did bring out my tape measure for this review, and these are just rough measurements. You could go online and get the full specs. So we are looking at approximately from the front of the firearm to the rear to the edge of the beaver tail, we're looking at about a total of 7 1/4 inches long. Let's get a height. Let's insert the empty mag. So from the bottom of the mag well to the top of the combat sight, we are looking at roughly about 5 1/4 inches in height. And let's look at the width of the slide. We are looking at approximately 1 inch. Slightly wider when you factor in Decocker. It's a little bit slightly wider than 1 inch, but just want to give you guys some rough dimensions on this firearm. This firearm, it is made from polymer. A lot of the older CZs, they're steel and very heavy. Great guns, but they're very heavy. This is made from polymer with a steel slide, and we already took a look at the weight. It's not too heavy. It's a great weight. Like I say, it's a carry pistol for me, so I don't feel much different with this firearm than I do when I'm carrying my Glock 19. We have a built-in beaver tail here. You get a real good purchase with this beaver tail. It's really high. If you're used to shooting 1911s, it feels like a baby 1911 in a hand. It feels really good. So that is a plus with this firearm. Let's see. Again, if you look at the texture, very nice texturing on here. If you like to rest your finger up here and have a positive, point where where your hand is resting, the firearm has the same texturing on both sides, which is great. Very nice texturing on the grip. It's not overly aggressive or too aggressive where it feels abrasive, but it's just right. Very nice texturing again on the back straps. So this firearm, it just feels really good in the hand. Let's see what else would I like to talk about. It's hammer fire, and that the beauty about hammer fire versus striker fire is you do get second strike capability. So that is a huge plus with hammer fired guns. You get that second strike capability, or if you pull the trigger and it don't go bang, you could pull it again, and chances are that if it's a dud round or a faulty round in the firearm, it's going to go off that second time. So that's the beauty about having second strike capability. What else would I like to cover? We covered the trigger guard on here. It's oversized. It's very nice. If you had a gloved hand, or you were wearing gloves, cold outside, it's not going to be an issue. You could get the glove right in there on that trigger and squeeze that trigger to protect yourself. So that's pretty great. We did talk about the Decocker, or we can talk about it. Put a rack to slide. We're going to close it up, and I'll show you how the Decocker works. You know, if you run around with it in a ready position, almost, not a hair trigger type position, but you could actually run around with your firearm in a holster in this position, and that's the only way I'd recommend running this firearm is in a holster if you're going to run with it in this fashion. But you do have a safety decocker, which is here. It's just a matter of pressing down like that. So that decocker is a really great safety feature. But as you can see, there's a texturing on this guy here, on this decocker. And you just put your thumb on there, press down to engage the decocker. That's a great feature that striker fire pistols don't have. So let's see, what else would I like to cover? The slide, you know, again, this is a the slide, the rail is internal, so it brings the bore access down really low. You could see how high of a purchase I could get on this firearm. And the barrel is literally right there, so the bore access is really low because the slide rides down in the rail, as you could see. Let me try to give you guys a close-up. The slide is actually sitting down inside the rail there, as you could see. So the bore access, when you fire this pistol, there's very little recoil because you have such a low bore access, with the slide being mounted in the configuration or the way this firearm is designed. So it's just a really great design. You know, very low recoil, very low felt recoil when firing this firearm. So that's another great feature about this firearm. You have this firearm, again, it ships with 2 steel magazines with 15 round capacity magazines, 15 plus 1. Let's see what else. Again, I apologize, I'm all over the place with this video because it's not really scripted. You know, I'm just trying to hit out all the pointers that come to mind when I think about this firearm and use it. So you have steel sights. Again, I did show you guys the sight picture. Let me drop the slide here. These are steel sights. That's kind of like a combat sight, if you will. Amazing sights. These are night vision sights, you know, so it's not like you're purchasing this pistol. This pistol is stock. It's completely OEM. I have not done any modifications. That is what your sight picture looks like. Very great sight picture. You know, far more superior than the inferior sights that ships on a standard Glock. Every Glock I own, I always go out and do I replace the sights. I just can't deal with the plastic OEM sights on Glock pistols. But I'm not knocking Glocks. I've owned Glocks for over 20 years, so I trust my life to Glock. So let's see what else. I showed you guys what comes in a case. So I guess the last thing I'd like to cover really quick, because this video is going a lot longer than I anticipated, but we could, I guess I could quickly field strip it for you guys. And all that is, it's just a matter of, here, let me drop you just drop the mag. Let's make sure it's clear. We're all clear, no rounds in the chamber. And what you need to do to break this firearm down is there are 2 lines here. You just get it all lined up. If you guys could see that, you flip it over. And I'm just going to take my punch here and you press out. This is almost like a 3-handed operation, but you press. I'm trying to keep it on camera and do it. I do love the Glocks because this is such an easier affair. All right, let me try it again. And as you notice, I'm trying to get that Glock hold on here. Like I say, I'm trying to keep it on camera, otherwise it does no good for you guys. Let's see if I could get it out now. But you just press that out. As you can see right there, we got it out. Just your, then what you do is you take and right the slide back and pull it forward. Just showing you guys how to fill strip this guy. And there you go. You pull the captured spring out, like so. Drop your barrel. And that is your CZ fill stripped. And to put it back together, it's just the reverse of what I just done there. So, let's see. Guess we can talk about the cost. The average cost of this firearm, it's about $515. I've seen it as high as $530. But at most gun stores I've been to, the going or the average going rate is about $475 out the door with tax that you could pick this guy up with. So, which is not bad for what you get here and what you get in the box. You guys saw the box, everything that it ships with. It's amazing. This firearm, it is one heck of a firearm. It's a proven platform. This firearm, if you do a little bit of the history or look into the history of ZZs, they've been around since the early 1900s. So again, this is a amazing platform. Let's see. It shoots great. It's very accurate and very reliable. So in closing, again, what we do here is guns and gear reviews. So in closing, I would definitely say that this firearm is a complete buy. So I give it 2 thumbs up and definitely purchase it. I'm not going to put it back together because I am about to clean it, but again, I just wanted to share this review with you guys. And if you found this video useful, the information that I provided, please like the video. Please subscribe to my channel because it really helps the channel. And thank you for watching. Vetter Guns and Gear signing out.